Hey, this is Mindset Coach V. I'm doing my video for this week. I hope you all are doing really, really well. Follow me, mindsetcoachv.com, and I will follow you back. Today, I wanted to talk about just an informal talk about detoxing and resting and how important those two things are and how they really do go together. At appointed times. So what I mean by that is that each day there are things that happens to us out of our control because we can't control people, right? So because of that, then of course we get our rest each day, or we're supposed to get our rest each day. But how often do you emotionally detox? And because I am a mindset coach, which just to share a little bit backdrop on that, a mindset coach specifically deals with the barriers of the mind. It's not so much as all the other areas maybe that a life coach would assist with, but I help assist specifically with the barriers in the mind, and a lot of barriers in our mind has to do with our emotions. So it's important for us to detox and rest. That is the title today for our video for mindset coaching this week. Detox and rest. And so I did take a few little notes, and I just want to kind of glance at these and just make sure that I stay on track here. But look, just like our body needs rest because we're growing, we're maturing, we're expounding, expanding in different areas, we're gaining more knowledge and depending on more levels and energies. Um, and so we need more time to recharge, more detoxing is in order as you accelerate. And this is a part of my new book, upcoming in July 2024. This particular short about detox and rest kind of goes in line with the divine acceleration period of our life. And usually, divine acceleration comes once we have a great mindset and a good perception, a healthy mindset. And so I wrote down here, how often do we detox our emotions? I mean, this is a valid question. I even ask myself that, especially if I find myself frayed or easily frayed by somebody that I don't even have a relationship with, a complete stranger. Most likely that's a sign that you need to detox your emotions. So, detox, according to Oxford, is a process or period of time in which one abstains from or rids the body of toxic or unhealthy substances. But in this instance, on this video, we're talking about maybe people, places, and things, not necessarily substances. It could be substances because substances do cause unhealthy emotional behavior. I have been there, I am a witness. So, um, I just wanted to go through what I wrote down here. So it must be our spirit, okay, that picks up these things. Like sometimes you can override what you're feeling, which could be a cool thing if it's an unhealthy emotion, right? But if it's the Holy Spirit telling you, okay, well, you may not want to hear this, but I need to share this with you so you won't walk in blindly, so you won't be setting yourself up for hurt or extra pain unnecessarily. This is what I'm going to tell you. So sometimes Holy Spirit will tell you, okay, you know, um, I never promise you that everybody, would like you or maybe take to you because it may not be necessarily not liking. I mean, it could be just spirits don't mesh or whatever the case may be. So it's important to pay attention to who is in your circle because we are entering into a divine acceleration season. And so that's why I'm trying to get to the point of checking your emotions daily, making sure that you're getting your rest, that you are doing your self care and taking care of yourself first. um, and not ignoring signs that you need to rest, or not ignoring signs that maybe a relationship or a friendship or situationship or whatever the case may be is just not healthy for you in this era. And so I just wanted to let you know that um, it's important to detox regularly. It's important to check your filter. Are we looking at ourselves as a limited edition, fearfully and wonderfully made, even with our flaws, understanding that how God sees us may not be how we're seeing ourselves? And so, this is another important reason why you must detox consistently, especially if you're coming out of a period maybe where there was some misperceptions or there was some struggles in how you view yourself. This is one clear way that you can eliminate a lot of anxiety and extra stress if you go into a situation or you meet someone and it's not smooth, or if it's something that happens, naturally out of your control, and then there's a little schism behind it, then you might want to reevaluate whether you need to be in congregation or in communication with that person. And so, because we are rare, read Psalms 139. We're rare, and there's no one with our blueprint, fingerprint, personality, or can do what you do the way you do it. And so, in this divine acceleration season, we have to guide our mind up and out of the gutter, break free of attacks that we sometimes bring on ourselves, trying to make things work or trying to fix something that you didn't break, or you just being a human, but it's not okay for you to be a human, but it's okay for them to be human. Those situations we need to watch. Um, but today, I wanted to encourage you, okay? And it's good to keep a journal sometimes. Sometimes that helps you to detox daily. You may not necessarily need to say it to someone or get a therapist. I'm not saying that. Some people may need therapists. And so this may not be enough. But then there are people that have learned how to regulate their emotions. And it does take time because I've not always been here. But it's very, very hard for me to give into an emotional fit, even when I feel it, because I know where it goes. So it's like we have to understand sometimes too that I wouldn't say that we're being tried, but I also do believe that when you accelerate, then you may also begin to deal with some things maybe that you hadn't had to deal with before, or there may be some other challenges some other way. And so it's so um, important to keep your perception and your emotions in check daily. I know that seems like a lot, it may even be hourly, because it depends on the level of greatness that's sitting on you. So you got to really, really kind of judge like where you are, what dimension you're in, for as living this life, spiritually, emotionally, just keeping those checks and balances so that you can live the most best life that you can. I mean, if we don't keep those things in check, we could sometimes not live a full life, the life that God intended, not necessarily what we think is a full life, but I'm trying to live what God intended originally for Vanessa Brown. And so I'm speaking that over you today. I pray that you check and detox and rest. Check your emotions. Detox and rest every day. Like, keep a mental check and state on how you are emotionally, spiritually, physically, because it does matter. And then it factors into whether in this divine acceleration season that you will continue to ascend. And I want to continue to ascend. I like my new life. I like doing what I do. I love helping others. I help complete strangers every single day. without getting paid. That's because I naturally do it. But there will be a time when I will charge and will be able to charge because what God has deposited in me is worth it. But this is something I naturally do. And that's how I found my true purpose. I had to look and I had to glean over, okay, what is it that I naturally would do without anyone paying me? And so as God continues to ascend me, He's continued to give me more knowledge and more wisdom on how to conduct meetings, on how to help complete strangers. If you would, go to Vanessa Brown Global on Google, and there's a few testimonies there. And also stay tuned for my book. It's coming in July 2024, A Flight to a Three-Dimensional Legacy. It will be God, or it will be God. This book is inspired by the Holy Spirit. I know that because I was directed to rewrite the original book. And so now it is titled A Flight to a Three-Dimensional Legacy. And so I'm inviting you to stay tuned to my pages, Vanessa Brown Global on Instagram, Facebook, and under Mindset Coach V on TikTok. And in July, there will be some Blitz days where I will be providing special pricing for my book, the ebook, and we'll go from there. If you want a hardback, it will be after the launch of the ebook. If you're the type person that wants a physical book. But I know that you will be able to glean, you will be able to be strengthened. Maybe I won't teach you anything new, but I know a lot of people will learn some things through revelation from the Holy Spirit because the Holy Spirit is not the same with everybody. We all learn differently. And so I may be writing one thing, but Holy Spirit may give you something, an answer to something you've been waiting on. So I encourage you to stay tuned, to connect. I will follow you back. And I thank you so very much for tuning in to this week's Decree with Mindset Coach V, Detox and Rest. See you next time. Peace.